This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by State Farm Insurance.
Well, as summer comes to a close and fall arrives, kids across Delmarva will pack up their backpacks and go back to school.
Yeah, and that means more and more school buses are going to be on the roads as well. And whether you have school kids or not, there is a lot that you need to keep in mind.
State Farm Insurance has launched a campaign to help keep kids safe. Here are some school bus safety tips. First, for parents who may be sending kids to the bus stop, make sure they wait away from the road. Only board the bus when it comes to a complete stop. Now, when crossing in front of a bus, walk at least 10 steps away so the driver can see them. Kids should never walk behind the bus.
Alrighty, now as a driver, here's what you need to know. If you see a school bus with a stop sign extended and red lights flashing, this is not rocket science. Kids are either getting off or getting on. Come to a complete stop, be cautious of any children, and don't pass the bus. Be sure you follow the posted speed limits near school and use caution when you're in a school zone. You also need to be careful when you're driving around a school bus that is pulled over without the stop sign and flashing lights.
Now, State Farm agent Hunter Emory in Georgetown says it's important to be mindful of kids and the school bus to prevent something bad from happening.
Unfortunately, you see so many people blowing by school bus stop signs all the time out there now, and a lot of people wouldn't realize that. You think everyone taking into consideration stop sign, children trying to pass to get to school, children's safety is a very important thing to the people of Delaware, but unfortunately there's some that don't do that. If you do hit a child and you are in a situation like that, each state varies, but you be looking at manslaughter charges. The requirements, you're going to have to get yourself an attorney. Your insurance, just most of the time your insurance companies will drop you for a situation like that. Or your insurance is going to go up dramatically. In addition to that, you're going to have serious fines that are going to come about, and you could be looking at serious jail time for a situation like that, because everyone out there is very educated on the fact that the school bus has children on it. We need to make sure those children are taken care of. And for you to break those laws and do that type of thing, you're opening yourself to just a massive amount of issues.
And Hunter adds that the laws in each state will vary, but all of them take school bus safety very seriously.
Now, keeping kids safe during the school year goes beyond just the school bus. As a matter of fact, Hunter, who was just talking to you, is teaming up with the Milford Police Department to help keep kids safe.
Brian Spires is in Georgetown this afternoon with more on what this new partnership is all about. Brian?
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, this partnership came about after the Milford Police Department received a grant from State Farm Insurance. And joining me now to talk all about it is Joey Melvin, who is the school resource officer with the Milford Police Department. So explain to me exactly what this initiative is and how it came about.
The initiative is just to use this grant for anything I can to help enhance the safety of the students at Milford. We were awarded $5,000. I had learned about the grant from Hunter Emory at State Farm in Georgetown. I applied for the grant. I was awarded it. So now I get to think about ways that we can utilize that money. The $5,000 is great when it comes to safety, because I can use that for so many things, and with budgets tight, it's really a blessing.
So it serves as a tremendous help. And what exactly are you going to buy with that money?
One of the first things I want to purchase is actually it's an adult tricycle, and they're called drunk goggles, and that's when I'm in the classroom educating kids about the dangers of driving under the influence of alcohol and underage consumption. These tools allow me to show them in a hands-on demonstration how dangerous it can be.
Because currently you're using some of these items, but they're borrowed, but this will give you your own so that you can take it anywhere.
Exactly.
All right, and you are actually going to have me try out
I am.
the drunk goggles on the adult tricycle. Yep. So basically I'm going to put these on, and it's just going to sort of simulate what it would be like if I were drunk. My perception, my view, all that kind of stuff is going to be altered.
Exactly.
All right, so let me go see how this works. I'm going to go get on the tricycle. And as I'm doing that, explain to me, what kind of impact does this have on the students when you go into the schools?
Ryan, what I found in doing presentations to students is certain presentations, depending on how they're given, have an impact on some and not on others. So we have to hit these kids from all different angles. For some kids, this hands-on demonstration where they get to experience what it's like to be under the influence of alcohol, how it affects their reflexes and their judgment and their vision, has a huge impact. But sometimes for some it doesn't. So we follow up with the hands-on with an assembly. I may have a victim of a drunk driver come in and talk about their experience. I may have someone that has injured somebody in an accident because they were drunk driving, talk about the ramifications of the incident, how they hurt somebody, what they have to deal with emotionally, financially.
So there's a lot of different ways to sort of get that impact across to them.
Definitely.
And as you said, it kind of does alter your judgment, because as I'm going through, the cones seem like they're in one place, and then I'm suddenly running into them and they're in another.
Yep, definitely.
So it's not as easy as you would think it would be. And I'm running over cones, and I'm at the end. And how did I do?
Huh? You hit some cones. You hit some
I
cones.
did. So
yeah.
really, it's a lot harder than it looks, and I imagine a lot of the kids probably say that to you when they're done with this.
Definitely. Yep.
So you have this, and something else we want to talk about. There's so much going on in school, so many things for people to worry about nowadays, and you actually have a tip line. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yep. When I was awarded this money, another thing I thought of was I wanted a way for kids to report incidents or any concerns of safety in my schools, and there's a company called WeTip out of California. It's a national company, and I purchased that service, so the kids now have an anonymous way with no fear to make these reports, and it covers the spectrum. It's from bullying to vandalism in our school, all the way to an incident that could be very dangerous in the school. A kid's going to do something very bad. The kids now have a way to report that. WeTip, as soon as they get that anonymous report, contact me, and I can start the investigation immediately. And hopefully this will prevent stuff from happening on our campuses and help enhance that safety.
And we have the number on our screen, but just say it
It's
for people.
1-800-78-CRIME.
So 1-800-78-CRIME, a simple number, and kids should certainly know that. And you obviously are doing a lot of great things, whether it's using these drunk goggles or teaching them that there's resources out there for them if they need help or if they need to alert you guys of something. So very good. Thank you very much for talking to us today. We appreciate it. I'll give you those back. I didn't do such a good job. And of course, if you would like more information on State Farm Insurance, their services, or the partnership with the Milford Police Department, just go to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the show tab.
You know, it's kind of hard not to laugh at Brian riding the tricycle, but I mean, it really drives home a serious point.
About your blood alcohol, yeah. I'm with you. I'm like, ha ha, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is a great hands-on experience for kids to understand you can't do this.
Right, right. Wow. And staying on the roads, Brian is going to hurry and get back, because up next he's going to join us in the studio to help us better understand just how scary distracted driving can be. Unfortunately, it's something a lot of people do. We'll see how reading or sending just one text message while driving can turn disastrous.
But first, we've been talking about how to keep the kids safe. Dr. Oz has more on how to keep them healthy this school year.
Did you know 1 in 6 American children is overweight, and 80% of them will be overweight as adults? Start early. Children who eat a good breakfast are 30% less likely to be overweight than those who skip it. Choose energy-sustaining proteins such as eggs, peanut butter, and low-fat yogurt, which help burn more calories throughout the day. And omega-3s found in nuts and fish can increase a child's IQ by 10 points. Empower your kids to read food labels. And if your child does buy lunch, beware of what I call a nap in a box. Choices lacking nutrition to keep alert. Make sure they stay away from soda, which is just liquid candy. Download the school menus in advance and help make those healthy choices with your kids.